Yeah, I agree. Not the numbers, but it seemed to take a pressure off our team. I felt they were nervous, probably because it was a must-win game, and playing one man up released that nervousness, and we started to be more braver. Went higher, pressed them, and won the ball higher up on the pitch. And in possession, we obviously found better spaces. But I think it was more the bravery that we showed after the sending off, and obviously the crowd helped us a lot. They came in at that moment and finished the game with us.
I saw you told RT that you felt your team was passive. Why were they so passive?
Probably nobody liked to do a mistake. Like when we were jumping, we were pressing in the first half. It looked we were not in sync like we were in Portugal. We were really happy with how we pressed them, how we guided them into spaces and made traps for them. I think we were not in sync in the first half, and I just relayed that to nerves, that you sometimes become passive when you want to be secure. But luckily we changed that second half.
Damien Spell?
One more.
Did your team selection play into that? I think some people were surprised to see a back five at home to Armenia in a game that you had to win.
Well, the formation doesn't mean passive or defensive or attacking. We obviously wanted our fullbacks to be higher in the first half, and you saw that in the second half when we played them higher. It was more about ball possession, I would say. They had more ball possession in the first half, I think. But listen, we said before this camp we would take a scrappy 1-0 win, and it probably was kind of a scrappy 1-0 win. So we can't be unhappy. We've been complaining about the second game syndrome. We must be happy that we won the second game now. We've been complaining about conceding early. We didn't concede early now, we didn't concede at all, so we kept a clean sheet. That's a good step. So we'll take the positives and carry on to the next window.
Damien Spellman, please.
Just before the sending off, Seamus was booked for a challenge for the goalkeeper, and that sort of got the crowd up and seemed to get your table. Did it need something like that to sort of spark you a bit?
Yeah, it needed just some positive signals. That was one of them. The sending off was one of them that creates momentum. Normally we say that goals change games, but often it's enough to have signals like this to fire up your teammates, give them confidence, fire up the supporters as well. But definitely this did, yeah.
And obviously you got the result you wanted, then you come off and you see that Hungary, you've got to let it equalise. Does that change anything really in what happens next month?
No, really, it doesn't change anything. We always knew that we needed to go to Hungary and have a win there. This looks like we need a point against Portugal, or Armenia will do us a favour in Yerevan. And I think we all see this Armenian team is no rollover. Is a big heart, and I gave a big credit to the coach, because we analysed them before we played them, so the games before, and it's just totally changed team. There's a big heart, there's aggression in them, and a spirit that is noticeable. And if you watch the game in Hungary, they matched Hungary absolutely in that game, and Hungary was lucky to go away with the win there.
Eddie?
The second half tonight was quite similar to the second half against Hungary, needing a goal against 10 men. Tonight, were you happier with your team, the composure they showed, the creativity they showed in the final third to create more, to create better chances? And if it wasn't for the goalkeeper, you could have won by 3 or 4.
Yeah, obviously, what you're afraid of in games like this, that you know you need to win, is that you lose your focus and discipline on the pitch. That's why I'm happy we kept a clean sheet, because in these moments where you really need to push the score, you sometimes open up at the back and you concede a goal, and even that gets players lose their focus more and more. So I was happy with the focus. We talked about against Portugal, if we kept a clean sheet, they would get annoyed. They would put more players forward, giving us more chances to score. And it's just now it was just a flipped psychology. We needed to be aware of that our goal could come 91st minute, and I'm happy with that we kept the focus level. We kept a clean sheet. We kept our structure. Yes, probably everybody liked us to have more ball possession and etc. But the most important is that we got the win. It was not beautiful, but we got the win. We should have scored before we scored, and we should have scored more goals after we scored. But I'll take it all day, 1-0.
Were you pleased with the character that your team showed after you scored the goal? That you didn't panic, didn't sit back too much, and didn't allow Armenia a chance? So
yeah, obviously.
Finished well.
Yeah, I was happy with that. Obviously, it could go down to goal difference, this group, and we thought, don't drop off. Let's keep on trying to press them. If there is a chance to help us in the goal difference area, that is now. But yeah, like you said, we missed some golden chances. The goalkeeper was good. Yeah, we should obviously do better than we did in front of goal.
Stephen Dunn.
I was just wondering, Emery, how did you get that message across with the goal difference? Because there was a moment towards the end, Ryan Manning was taking a corner kick. He was quite slow to get over. There was no urgency to get the corner take quickly to try and get a chance to get in.
Yeah, that was the last seconds of the game or the last minute of the game, and then you can lose the game if you're not clever in those moments. But we pressed them really well. When we scored the goal, it was a good moment for a long spell. We had really good attacks. Like I said, should have scored earlier, but you always felt the goal was coming. I wish that momentum would have been in our favour, but you Irish always like to go down to the wire. Okay, let's do that.
And just how do you make sure that this game isn't, the result doesn't paper over the cracks? It does feel like it wasn't a good 90-minute performance. Like there's two big games coming up now. You might need 6 points in both games. So how do you ensure this isn't a result that just papers over cracks?
Well, it's just a new dawn. There's a new day next window. This result today will matter. It doesn't matter at all. We just needed a 3 point to be alive and have a chance. That's number one. So we cannot be reading too much into that performance today. It was always going to be a tough match for us, needing to win. And again, it's going to be just a different opponent. Players playing a higher quality next time. But the cracks today were that we didn't have maybe the confidence and composure on the ball, and we were not in sync defensive. Definitely a step down in that from Portugal. We didn't have much of the ball, but I think today we showed how we can play when we do it well. We created enough chances to score 3, 4, 5 goals in this game, and that doesn't happen often at this level. So I don't know what cracks you're talking about, but like I said, it was the most important just to get 3 points today, and we got that. So I don't mind how we did it. If we do that again in Hungary, I don't mind if there's cracks in something you see, if we get 3 points.
Apart from the mathematics, how confident are you in Ireland's chances of getting to the playoff?
Well, we have shown you guys, and we've shown to ourselves, we can match Hungary. We've shown that. And in Portugal away, a tough away game, incredible Portuguese crowd, even though there were 2,500 Irish supporters there as well. We can play a game against them as well. Obviously, we need to be clinical in the chances we will get. But with the Irish crowd here, I think we can also manage to get something from that match. That's my belief. and you decide if you see the glass half empty or half full is your job. I don't think it matters what I say here. You will write what you think, and the power of the media is huge. So it's your decision if you see the glass half empty or half full.
Okay, we did a little outside. Thank you very much.